Well, hello everyone. Good afternoon, good evening. Nice that the StreamYard intro didn't work there for the Magpie channel. That was good. Technology. Love to see it. Love to see everyone that's already tuned in. Nearly 100 of you straight off the beaten track for Thursday night live at 7. This is the weekly Toon Talk live show where we get you involved. That's the premise of the show. Q&As, get your questions in, get your comments in. As always, I do have a few topics lined up as it's in the title and in the thumbnail. A lot of rumours today linking Newcastle United with Manchester City's Kalvin Phillips. Gareth Southgate's best pal. Well, maybe Maguire's his best pal, but he's very close second best pal in Phillips. He absolutely loves him, doesn't he? He's the only one that picks him. Will Eddie Howe pick him? Does he want him in the Toon? We'll talk about that very soon. And then we'll talk about the return of Premier League football this weekend. Saturday, finally. The international break is over and we have a good old-fashioned 3 o'clock game against Palace. We're obviously going to talk all things Sandro Tonali, any updates on him, what's likely to happen next. Will he play this weekend? Will we hear more of it tomorrow? Well, I'm sure we will, because obviously Eddie Howe has his pre-match press conference tomorrow morning, and that'll be released at 10 a.m. to the public to hear what he was said, and I'm sure the majority of the questions in that press out will be dominated by the Tonali allegations and any updates. And his agent said he's available to play. He hasn't obviously been suspended or sanctioned or anything yet. So as it stands at this moment in time, if the game was now, he would be available for selection to Eddie Howe. Whether something changes tomorrow, the Italians, they aren't messing around. Although these Italians are not messing around. The Ivan Toney thing took months on months, maybe even a year, to get sorted for him, to get his suspension and everything else sorted with his case. These Italian authorities, no messing about whatsoever. Just a couple of days and then bang, he's there. He's interviewed. He's questioning. He's apparently facing what we obviously know is a 12-month ban at least. So let us know what you're thinking in the chat, how you're feeling, how's everyone doing on this fine Thursday evening. Let me jump into your comments now. Hopefully everyone can see and hear me all right. Good to see you all. 150 plus tuned in already. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. We are closing in on 30,000 subscribers, which is nice. Nice, that is. Big deal. Obviously, we lost the first channel at 10,000 subscribers, so we had to pick it up and start from scratch. So we're nearly at 30,000 now. So if you just could do us a favor, hit subscribe if you haven't already. That would be much appreciated. Before we do get into your comments, remember this is sponsored by Circle. This Thursday night, Toon Talk Live is sponsored by Circle. You can see the QR code in the top corner of your screen. Give it a little scansies. The link is in the description if you don't want to scan it. Get involved in the Circle app. Easy game to play. Couple of quid and you could be a millionaire. It's literally like a football sweepstake app, basically. Luck, no skill. So get involved. Have a go with that. Gamble responsibly. Remember, when the fun stops, stop. Someone should have told Sandro that. Anyways, let's get into the chat then. What you're seeing, John Martins, that will be his fee bumped up by City. Obviously talking about Kalvin Phillips. It will indeed. Any midfielder Newcastle now try and sign, to be fair. And there is another one we've been linked with today, ex-Premier League player, which we'll get into soon as well. Anyone we're going for now, because the teams will know that we need one. The price will go up. The demand, everything it does anyways, the Newcastle, when we want to sign anybody, doesn't it? You know, the fee goes up. They know that the Newcastle tax is well and truly applied to any transfer fee that we go for. So, but if I'm saying they'll know that we need one, do we need one? Let me know in the comment now. Do we need to sign someone in January to replace Sandro Tonali, or are you happy with the midfield we've got? Obviously, we've got Willock coming back. We've got Joelinton coming back. So we've seen how well we did last year with the Longstaff, Bruno, Joelinton, Willock combinations. We've got Elliot Anderson, who's getting more game time this season. We've got Louis Miley on the cusp of the first team. He's been on the bench quite a bit. So do we need a replacement in January for Tonali if he's going to be out for at least a year? For me, I'm happy with that midfield. And due to FFP, we won't be able to get anyone. We won't be able to sign anyone. We won't be able to go out and spend another 55 million on a midfielder like we did for Sandro Tonali. So unless you can get a Phillips in, and obviously Phillips on loan would be ideal, to be honest with you. Phillips on loan would be decent, to be honest with you. We'll get into exactly what I think about Phillips soon, but that is probably the only option, you know, when you think about it. All the other midfielder we've been linked with today, which we'll talk about now, actually. We'll dive into that as well. And the midfielder we have been linked with today, according to the Telegraph, is Ruben Neves. Ruben Neves, ex-Wolves player, who now plays for PIF's owned Al Hilal. Obviously, Newcastle United owners also own Al Hilal in the Saudi Pro League. Ruben Neves is now plying his trade over there, earning the big bucks. We're interested to make a move for him in January as well. Now, there was always going to be loads of speculation that Newcastle could do business with themselves, essentially, which is kind of illegal, but there might be a loophole around it in the Saudi League if you can get someone in, because a lot of people were saying, oh, well, we'll sell St. Maximin, we'll bring him back. He'll come back on loan, or we'll have a buyback option, whatever. Well, people were obviously trying to say that about other big name players as well, your Neymars and that. But Ruben Neves, of Wolves previously, now of Al Hilal, is linked today with replacing Tonali at Newcastle as we look for maybe a short-term replacement to the Italian midfielder. So Neves will be quality. He really fits the mould of what Tonali is, I think. Obviously, Phillips is more of that number 6 that we probably do need for the balance of the midfield, especially if you're going to play Bruno, where we have been in the last few games, and everything else suiting that balance of the midfield. You'd probably say a Neves would be more appropriate to replace Tonali. But if you wanted someone like we initially did, like a dogged midfielder that just gets stuck in, breaks up play, does the real dirty work in that 6, then Phillips would be ideal. That's what he did for Leeds, and he was quality. That's why he got his big money move to Man City, and that's why he actually won England's Player of the Year, didn't he? So, and he was unbelievable at that Euros a couple of years ago. Now he's still getting picked for the 3 lines because Southgate trusts him, but he gets a lot of stick for that because he never plays for Man City. Pep doesn't trust him, and I seen him at St. James's Park in that cup game a few weeks ago, and he was hopeless. But he's way off the pace. Yeah, I think it's harsh to judge Phillips right now because he does look slow. Guardiola's even digged at him for his diet and his efforts on the pitch and everything, so that's not good. But I think under Eddie Howe, Phillips could rediscover that form that seen him so highly rated from Leeds and seen him sign for Man City. So I think Phillips would be a shrewd move in January if you could get him on loan with an option to buy. There's no way I'd want to put up a big fee for him up front, but we wouldn't do that anyways. We couldn't. I think we'll sign 1 or 2 players in January, maybe a loan deal like a Phillips. But I know that obviously Eddie Howe and at the club, they're really looking to maybe strengthen right wing and centre-back. So I think those will still take priority over a Tonali replacement in terms of money that can be spent. So with FFP, I think a loan move for Neves or Phillips would be very smart, and I'd be backing both of them. I'd be happy with both of those signings. I really would. I think it'd be 2 quality Premier League proven players. Phillips would have to give him time to get his game time back up to speed because he's looked off it. He even looked off it for England the other night against Italy. You know, he's misplacing passes and stuff, and that is because he just hasn't played enough football. There's no match sharpness. That's the only way. There's no matter how many times you play in training or whatever, competitive match sharpness. There's nothing that can replicate that, and you can see that in Phillips's game at the minute for me. Phillips was interviewed after the game on TV, and he says he really wants minutes. He's desperate for minutes, and he needs it because he wants to be at the Euros next year. So Phillips will leave Man City in January. He's linked to Villa, he's linked to West Ham, and now he's heavily linked to Newcastle. I think his preferred option would surely be Newcastle with us within the Champions League football. I think we'll still have it by January, won't we? We're doing well in the group stages, so I think it would suit him. And if there's anyone that could get a player going again, it would be Eddie Howe. And if we backed him as a fan base, which I'm sure I would, it could really give him a big boost. But I see people in the chat as well. Ian's there saying Kalvin Phillips can piss off, not worth 60 million. I mean, there's no way we'd pay 60 million for him. Is that how much you went to City for? I can't remember how much. I thought it was like 50, was it? I can't remember. But as Adam's saying, it will be a loan to buy. Definitely will. Bonjourno, everyone. Bonjourno, John in there as always. Hope you're well, mate. Glad you found Warbia, mate. Good stuff. It is. It is. But you pay for quality. Do you know what I mean? You pay for what you get. I'm actually taking it easy tonight. No sponsorship there. Should have been. I'm actually taking it easy tonight. Quiet one. Keep myself for Saturday. Nice early start on Saturday for the Merseyside derby. Looking forward to that. And then the 3 o'clock Palace game. So keeping myself fresh off the bevies until then. Shout out Tim for being a member. He's just joined up. Thanks very much, Tim. Remember, you can become a member and support the channel for as little as a couple of quid a month. Really helps me out, and I'm helping you out. Well, I'm giving back, saying my thank you for being members by doing monthly giveaways. Last month, Someone did win a Creative War beer, posters, coasters, T-shirt. You won all sorts. So there's always loads up for grabs. This month, October's giveaway for members is a bucket hat. Perfect for those Champions League nights, whether you're going to Dortmund away, Dortmund at home, sitting at home watching it. Stick your bucket hat on. I should have been wearing it, promoting it really. Missed out there. Bucket hat vibes. That's what the giveaway is this month. Just a little thank you back to the members for supporting the channel. So check that out. You can join by hitting the join button, should be underneath the video, or you can join. There is a link in the description as well. So cheers, Tim, for that one, for supporting the channel. Let me go back up. Any super chats as well, always appreciated. Do you know what I mean? These Champions League trips, they aren't cheap. And nothing's cheap, to be fair. Nothing is these days, is it? So let's go down some more comments. Hi, Stephen. Yes, we are about to hit 30k. So do subscribe if you haven't already. That'll help us along our way. And we'll finally get to 30k. Even Aaron in there again. Appreciate the support. Can't wait for the Palace match today, Stephen. I'm buzzing for it. It feels like ages, It felt like we had so many matches at once. It felt like it was non-stop, like Milan away, PSG at home, City in the Cup, game after game, Burnley this, Sheffield away. It was non-stop. So it was nice to get a little break, but I missed it after a few days, and I'm desperate to get back to St. James on Saturday. Desperate for the Premier League to be back. Can't wait. Other people in the chat backing Eddie to get the best out of Kalvin Phillips. Aaron says rather get us Neves or someone with Champions League experience. Fair enough. Like, I mean, we brought in Tonali, didn't we, for Champions League experience? That didn't work out well. This is what I touched on a lot in the video yesterday. You can have a look at that, my AC Milan rant, where I'm going on about them surely knowing about Tonali's ongoing allegations. Well, not so much allegations, maybe the use of betting. Maybe they knew that he had a problem, but at the same time, maybe he hid it. Listen, he's closest family and friends might not have knew it. If it's a serious addiction and stuff, he might have been hiding it. So, but for me, they've got to have known. I'm sticking with the England. I want to see the truth come out. Surely Milan know. I mean, that transfer still did stink a little bit. There was always a bit dodgy, them letting go of their star boy, you know what I mean? The one of their own, the captain for 50 million. I'm still saying that they knew. And they've had their pants down. People are saying they're happy with the midfield we have. We've got enough. John's here asking, the other guy was a Fagioli. He got 7 months. And how come Tonali might get 12? Well, Fagioli, he got 7, but 5 are suspended. And in those 5, he still can't play football. So he's got 7 months. And then he's 5 months. He's got to do like community service and that. So he's got a lengthy ban as well. But the thing is with Fagioli, he was the grass. You know what I mean? He was the snitch. He was the one that ratted everyone out, if you like. Do you know what I mean? He went there and told them the crack. And he said, oh, it was Tonali that got me on the website. Tonali told me the website, so he's dropped him right in it. So he actually went to the authorities, the Juve lad, and told them without any, need to, in the sense that he wasn't like pushed to tell them. Whereas Tonali's been kind of forced, hasn't he? Because the authorities rocked up at the training ground and pulled him away and questioned him. Then he told them the truth. So that was the difference there. And I think Tonali's like Fagioli's trying to say, he's been a bit of the ringleader. He's been the starter for it. So maybe he's been betting longer or worse things. We still don't know. We need the actual full details to come out, don't we? And the length of the ban, everything's still to be decided. It was meant to be, and it still might be, released the information about the length of his ban, what exactly he betted on, everything else tomorrow. But now it could go into early stages of next week. So we'll wait and see. I was going to say there, maybe it would be good for us to not find out until next week. So then Tonali is available for Saturday. Depends on his headspace. Depends on how his mind is, how he's coping with it. does Eddie want to play him, or does Eddie think, well, he might play this game, but then if he gets banned next week, he may just start playing the midfield that's ready, that I'll have to play for the foreseeable. Also, depends on the fitness of Joe Linton, who's meant to be okay now. Willock, I think he's getting closer. He might not be ready for this weekend. We'll see what Howe does reveal tomorrow in the press conference. So I think it would be good if it is next week, so we'll have the option of Tonali to at least play at some point. Phillips not for me. I don't think he's any better than we have. Ian says need a striker and a keeper. I see a lot of people. I was at the women's game last Sunday, and a lot of people were asking me this about Nick Pope and the future of Pope, and would I sign another keeper? I'd love Musiala, by the way. What a baller. That would cost big bucks, though, that we can't spend at the minute. But hopefully one for the future. But loads of people are asking us, Pope's been dodgy lately. Annie, would you sign a new keeper in January, Matty? Or what's the shelf life of Nick Pope at Newcastle? And for me, it's. I think you'll still have another year or two. I think Newcastle will sign a new goalkeeper, probably not next summer, but definitely the window after. Maybe next summer, depending on how far the budget will stretch. But I think I love Nick Pope. I think he's been unbelievable for us since he came. We all know he's a great keeper, shot stopper, but all-round game, it's just not on it, especially for those big games where we're going forward, and we're in the Champions League regularly. You're going to need a step up, I suppose. I mean, at least he's not doing an Onana at Man United, and he was a big money signing. He was meant to be one of the best keepers in the world. But Pope's distribution is bad. It's not good enough. His decision making is worrying. I was at West Ham where he comes flying out, and you just think, what the hell are you doing there, man? But at the same time, he's got, the second most clean sheets this season. He was just behind De Gea last year in the Golden Glove. So I think he's alright for now. Definitely good enough for now. Maybe in a year or two's time, we'll look to maybe get someone who is better with the feet, technically, and for the style of play we'll want to play. So for now, though, I don't think we need a keeper, but I do think we definitely need a striker. I do agree with that one. I'm going to talk about a striker that I want us to sign in a bit, depending on how many questions we get through. We're definitely more experienced at midfield. Asking you if you would sign a replacement in January with Tonali being suspended for so long. Derek says, I'm happy with the midfield. Michael says, I think we should have signed Phillips instead of Sandro to let Bruno get forward more. See, everyone always saying, we should have went for Barella. We're obviously linked with Barella for so long, weren't we? Tonali's Italian teammate. Then we went for Tonali because he was cheaper. And kind of wish we went for Barella now because of everything that's going on, obviously. What else we got? Steven says something about his position being untenable there. Tonali untenable at Newcastle. He might have been betting on Newcastle games. We'll wait to see for that. Oh, John's in there. He spoilt me striker pick, Boniface. Tell you what, Victor Boniface, I'm all over him. That's what I've got written down. The 6'3", 22-year-old. I mentioned him in the summer on one of the Transfer Talk Lives when we did the daily transfer window videos. I wanted Boniface. Leverkusen had just signed him though, so I said, we should sign him. And he signed for Leverkusen. I thought, we've missed out there. He started the Bundesliga in unbelievable form. He's absolutely firing them in for Bayer Leverkusen. He's an absolute unit, the Nigerian striker. As I mentioned, 6'3", only 22, so loads of time ahead of him. And I think he would be unbelievable for us because he would offer something different. We've got obviously Isak, who's skillful. We've got Wilson, who's a poacher. Boniface is a bit more of a target man, but also a target man with a top finish on him. So I think Boniface would be quality. And obviously we know Wilson's injuries and Isak, even in Isak's injuries, they're both. And then when one of them gets injured, we've got knee striker on the bench. It's knee good. And then I was at West Ham where Wilson had to come on and he couldn't even sprint. He could barely run because he'd clearly just been brought on by Howe because Isak had to go off and then Isak ended up missing the international break. Hopefully he's all right. I'm sure he is after a couple of weeks. But Wilson came on. He was just there as a body. He was just there to make up numbers and space. He couldn't make enough runs. He couldn't give it his all because he was still carrying a knock himself. So priority for me in January is a striker. To compete with these in Boniface would be perfect. Bonnie, just because that would be funny. Obviously, the Geordie saying Bonnie. But for to come in and be a young lad who's willing to learn and probably doesn't expect to start straight away. Now, he came in on big money. Maybe he could move these out to the left or out wide or Wilson. I think Wilson's happy with his, not really happy, but he can accept his role at the club now. He isn't going to start every game. He can't start every game because of his fitness record and his previous injuries, and that's just how his body is now. He's signed a new 1-year deal. I think he realizes he's got this part to play where he does come off for half an hour. He does start one game and then misses the next game completely. So Boniface would be a quality option. Someone I would love to see at the Toon. Other people talking about Neves. Yes, we have been linked with Ruben Neves today as well as a replacement for Sandro Tonali. Talked about that at the start of the stream. Phillips is worth a punt on loan, says Ryan. I'd rather give Miley a chance before Phillips, says Ian. Imagine Bruno in the 8th over we got a 6 in. That's why I would be happy with Kalvin Phillips, because I think he would be suitable to the system. He would suit Eddie Howe's game plan, the style of play, everything. I really would. I think we could bring him in and he'd quite happy to sit there, do what needs to be done, and Bruno would thrive. He'd get more goals. He'd get into the box more. I kind of miss that Bruno of scoring goals. Obviously, he scored against Sheffield. But like when he first signed, and then I remember the winner against Leicester in the last minute, those like daunting runs into the box and everything else. I missed that about Bruno's game, and it's kind of holding him back a little bit, I think. Do you know what I mean? So I think we can get more out of him. But let's see what else people are saying. I think we should get behind Tonali. I've got no idea on that, mate. But if anyone can help Stephen out, let him know. I mean, I wouldn't go anywhere near these third-party websites for tickets and comparisons. I wouldn't touch them. Too many dodgy bastards out there, mate. I wouldn't go near it. I can understand. To be fair, one of my mates got one for PSG, ended up paying like 200 quid, and I was like, whoa. Thankfully, it worked for him. So I guess it's a risk you take, isn't it? It is the risk you take. Just tuned in. Phillips for Tonali, like trading a Bentley for a 107. Harsh. But kind of true on current form, I suppose. But then again, do you know what I mean? Then again, Phillips was quality before City, or he hasn't really got a run, and Tonali hasn't showed much at Newcastle. I think now that's becoming clearer why. Because of this hanging over him, I think it's obvious that he did struggle and his mind wasn't in the right place, because the Villa game, you thought, wow, what a signing we have here with Tonali. What a player, what a talent. And then the next few games were like, whoa, went missing there, hasn't he? He doesn't really look that great. Like, he looks a bit, he can't play with Bruno. Him and Bruno aren't going well together. And then PSG showed glimpses. So, different. It's a tricky one, isn't it? Big Dog, where are you staying for Dortmund away, mate? Staying in Dusseldorf, Avili saying Pet. That's what I'm doing. Wherever you are, though, I know loads of people are staying in Dusseldorf, Dortmund, Cologne. It's going to be class when the Geordies take our Germany in just a couple of weeks' time now. Like, I'm buzzing for that. I'll go on the Monday, so 2 weeks on Monday, Dortmund away. Bring it on. Can't wait for that. Phillips makes so much sense, says Sam. Definitely be a midfielder on loan, maybe a winger now else. Probably, mate. Still want a centre-back. Newcastle really want a centre-back, even as well as Shaw and Lascelles have done when he's came in. We still do want centre-back. I think we have Pope for 2 years and get a new number 1 in. Thanks very much for that one, Matthew. Appreciate it. Ramsdale has been linked, says Jan. Ramsdale's a tricky one, isn't it? Because he's better with his feet. You'd want a combination of Ramsdale and Pope. You'd want Aaron Pope. That's what you'd want. You know what I mean? You'd want Nick Ramsdale. That's what you'd want, because Pope's the better shot stopper. Ramsdale's better with his feet. But then Ramsdale also makes the odd mistake, doesn't he? Sometimes he looks weak in the wrists. He looks out of an eye. Obviously, he hasn't got full faith from Arteta either, who's now brought in Rhea. So would I bring in Ram? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. He's young. It's a hard one, that because like I said, both have got positives and negatives to them, Ramsdale and Pope. But maybe especially obviously Dubravka's linked to leave in January. He's not happy with the lack of game time again, and he wants to play in the Euros next year. So Dubravka leave. That only leaves us with Karius and Gillespie, doesn't it? Because we got rid of Darlow. Have I missed anyone? Don't think so. And I think Karius will probably leave next summer as well. He's just getting paid to do now, just like Gillespie. I tell you what a job. I think I've said it before, I know I've said it before, but what a job being a third choice goalkeeper is. Just chilling, traveling all over the place, like PSG away, Milan away, getting on the players playing, knowing you're not going to play, picking up your 30, 40 grand a week, chilling. What a dream. I'd take Ramsdale, so someone else. Recall Yankuba Minta. He's been flying. He has been flying. Yankuba Minta has looked quality, but I wouldn't recall him. I think it's really important for his development that he stays over there in Holland for now and finishes that season with Feyenoord. I think that'll sort him out. We can welcome him back next summer, but I'd definitely give him. You don't want to. He's just starting to settle into that country and everything. Just let him run with it, unless there was a massive injury crisis and we needed to recall him. Not sure if we can even recall him, to be fair. What does your cap say, Matty? It says fresh ego, kid. So you were right. Your bird was wrong. There you go. Speaking of caps, though, this will be replaced soon by one of my own. Merchandise is coming back, people. I know loads of you have been asking for it. The Magpie Channel merchandise is coming back. Had a meeting with a local manufacturer this week, so we'll be getting t-shirts, hats, and hoodies very soon for you lot to buy. So that'll be nice to bring them back. We had them a few years ago. So, like I say, I get messages about them all the time. I see the comments on here all the time about the merch. So we're bringing it back. So more information on that soon. But the reason I've got the fresh ego is on there because I need a trim. Well, I could probably get away without the trim, but my hair's just a mess, really. So that's the reason. Big up the Geordie from Saudi Arabia. Big up Ahmed. See, if that's you there at the World Cup, mate, that looks class. That you enjoyed that one against Argentina. Palace is a big game this weekend. Need to make sure we don't pick up injuries. It is a big game. We need to finish off. We need to pick up where we finished off before the international break. You know, it's won such a good run of form. We're on momentum, but then we did have injuries, so this has been a welcome break, I think, to get people back to fitness. The Palace game is huge. Everyone's going to go into it thinking it's an easy 3 points, and I think it is, to be honest. I do. Palace, for me, have been poor this season. I think without Zaha, I'm not sure on the fitness of Elise and stuff. We'll wait and see what Hodgson says in his presser and stuff as well, but the full match preview will be tomorrow on the channel. But just in terms of Palace, I think the lack goals. They will come here and probably make life difficult until we get a goal. They'll come here with the low block. They'll come to defend. Last year was obviously lifting when we had that goal wrongfully disallowed. Willock, wasn't it Willock who scored? And then it went to VAR and somehow it didn't get overturned. And then it came out afterwards that it should have, and they apologised. Well, that apology didn't get any points back, did it? So it doesn't matter. But revenge for that one. And hopefully a couple of goals, 3 points, and we'll move on to what obviously is a massive, massive game next midweek against Dortmund on Wednesday. As you can see in the background there, St. James Park against PSG. I can't wait to see what War Flags have got planned for next Wednesday against Dortmund. We're going to have to make it a big one, mate. Big effort, because we know the yellow wall over there in Dortmund will be rocking when we go over there. So we'll have to show them what we're all about as well. Now, there's absolutely no chance that will happen, Stephen. I can guarantee that right now. No way would we buy Jordan Henderson. He's 33 at least. Ex-Mackham. Nah, no way we get Jordan Henderson. Nah, never in a million years. Never in a million years will we get Jordan Henderson. This is an interesting, different question. You've got the chance to go on pitch side. I've never heard of that, so not that one. The club or the kick-off? I'm going the kick-off. I'm backing true Geordie, and he gets a lot of stick and everything. He's had a lot of controversy, but he was he was the first person I ever watched on YouTube, Newcastle United wise, at least as well. So I'm backing the kick-off, mate. I'm backing the kick-off. I'll have to have a look at the pitch side though. I don't know what that is. Right then, what else have we got? Wait until next year. Get Trafford from Burnley. Young. Nah, we need someone who's ready to play playing in those big games. Big games. We're going to need someone with Champions League experience, not a youngin from Burnley, a young English keeper. There's a big one. Is there any chance Ronaldo can come to the Toon? Well, there is a chance. There is always a chance. I think the owners would absolutely love it. Love it a lot more than Eddie Howe would, put it that way. I think Eddie Howe wouldn't be... Well, it is Ronaldo, and he's still doing it on our Saudi league, but for Portugal, he's still banging in braces. He's in unbelievable condition for his age. And, the owners would love it. Even if you brought Ronaldo to Newcastle on a 3-month, 6-month deal until the end of the season, it would be an absolute madness. The attention we would get, the shirt sales, everything would go flying. So from a business side of things, they would definitely like that. But from a playing side of things, I think it would probably be more destructive than it's worth. It would be a crease seeing Ronaldo in Newcastle's strip and smashing it in against the Gallagher. But then again, he tailed off against Man U, but Man U are crap. Everyone's crap for Man U, aren't they? So I'm mixed whether I would take him or not. We do need a striker. Could be an option off the bench. We'll do it for the crack. No, I'll do it for the crack. Is there a chance? Yes, but again, obviously it would just be a loan, wages. How much could they play? I don't know. I would say it would be unlikely. Unlikely, but you never know. Yes, Matty, missed you. Cheers, Danny. Stars are laying for Phillips to come to the Toon. That's how it feels. It does in a way, It does in a way. You'd hate Pitchside most anti-Newcastle channel on YouTube. Oh, well, fuck them then. I'm not watching them then if they're anti-Newcastle. I've got better things to be doing with my time. Ruben Neves on loan would be quality. Oh, good shout, Ari, mate. And that's a very good shout. Kefren Turam, he was obviously linked with Liverpool, wasn't he? He was linked with loads of teams. Surprised Did he go anywhere? I don't think he did go anywhere. So I'm surprised at that, but yeah, he would be up there, but wouldn't have the money for him. In terms of, because the money's going to be spent elsewhere. That's why I'm saying we won't have the money for him. FFP will only be able to probably sign one player, maybe two max, on deals over 20, 30, 40 million in January. Pardon me. And I think that would be on a centre-back, a right winger, and then a midfielder you'd probably look at and go, Jordan and Willock, Longstaff, everyone's good enough there. Unless we can bring a loan signing like a Phillips or a Neves. So, Thuram and other ones would be great, but for the money, I think that'll be spent elsewhere. Maybe even Anderson, like Craig says, because he's been heavily linked. Newcastle were in talks with Palace to sign Joachim Anderson in the summer, but Palace were demanding 40, 50 million for him. We were only willing to pay 25, 30. Can we go back in January and offer something? I would love Anderson. I think he's class. He's proved it. Scored the winner against Man United, didn't he, at Old Trafford? Lovely finish. But he's also just such a smart centre-back. He's composed, he's clever, reads the game very well. And I think he's brilliant. International experience, Premier League proven. Anderson would be a quality signing. It might not be a big one like your Tap Soba, where people get excited because he's from the foreign league and he looks a bit, exotic and whatnot. Anderson comes in, but I'd take him all day long. I would love Anderson. He'd be a safe bet for me, and he would slot right in and have no issues performing. I'm nearly catching up with your comments, people, so keep them coming in. We've been going 35 minutes, over 300 people watching. Please do subscribe if you haven't already, as we close in on 30,000 subscribers. Give the stream a thumbs up if you are enjoying it, and do check out Circle. This stream is sponsored by Circle, so have a look at them. Link is in the description. You can scan the QR code as well. Couple of quid to play, and you can win millions. Might enter it myself, to be honest. Wouldn't mind becoming a millionaire. ASM is apparently missing the Toon. He would love to come back. I'm sure he would. People let me know in the comments there how ASM's been getting on over there in Saudi. Has he been scoring many goals? Has he been having a good time? Has he been winning games? I haven't got a clue. I haven't seen any of it. To be honest, but I'm sure he would love to come back. He's probably missing the key side already, I reckon. Ronaldo would destroy our wage structure. Would you rather have Ronaldo or Benzema? Oh, that's hard. That's really hard. Let's have a look. Would you go back in for Chiesa? Definitely. I definitely would. Going back in for Chiesa from Juve. He started the season strong in Serie A. Chiesa, let's just hope he hasn't got any betting allegations gone against him. Maybe not. Maybe leave the Italians for the minute. Don't mess with the mafia. We'll put them aside. Stick to what you know. Stay in the Brexit, Premier League. We'll bring in... Well, to be fair, the right wingers we're linked with is Chiesa and Sancho at the minute. So Sancho from Man United can't get a game, won't apologise. Go back in for Barella, says Lee. But Chiesa's brilliant. Chiesa's quality. Goal contributions, can score, can assist. So, yeah, I would take Chiesa. Yes, people get them likes up. Mark Gay says Mitchell. Obviously, Gay played for England the other night. I would love Gay. He's right-sided. So imagine Gay on the right, Botman on the left for the next 10 years. Quality. We'll be laughing then. Absolutely laughing. How much are Palace going to want for Gay, though? That's the issue. They're probably going to be talking ridiculous money because of his young, class, and English. You better get online, sign into your Wonga account, and go mad because they're going to be demanding big, hefty sums for Gay. If they wanted 40, 50 million for Anderson, a Danish centre-back who's, 27, I think. What's he going to want for Gay? You're probably talking 70, 80 million. Harry Maguire went for 80 million, and that was years ago. So Gay's probably going to go for, probably about 60 million, I would thought. So could probably do it next summer. We're getting all these deals in, Saudi Airlines and all that. So we could probably do it next summer, but yeah, I would love Gay, but yeah, be a lot. Smith Rowe, we've been linked with Smith Rowe. I see a few comments there about Emile Smith Rowe from the Gunners. I'd take Smith Rowe as well. Has to be on a loan. I'm not putting money down for Smith Rowe. Mad that Arsenal turned down 50 million from Aston Villa for Smith Rowe a couple of years ago, and now he can't even get a game. The crazy thing is with Smith Rowe is that Arsenal fans had that song for Saka and Smith Rowe, isn't it? To the same tune of our Eddie Howe and Jason Tyndall. To that tune is what they used to sing, Saka and Smith Rowe. Now Saka as the star boy gets all the glory, rightfully so, he's quality. And then Smith Rowe can't even get a kick. I know he's had injuries and whatnot. He's had some bad luck, but Smith Rowe, it's probably not what we need. Is he predominantly a left winger? Can't play in the 10. I'm not sure if it's what we necessarily need, a Smith Rowe, to be honest with you. If it's on loan, boosted the squad in January, because remember, hopefully we'll still be in the Champions League then. Hopefully we'll still be in the Carabao Cup, not Man United out in a couple of weeks. And then the FA Cup starts in January as well, so there's loads of competition. So maybe a Smith Rowe on loan could be a wise move. Do you know what I mean? Where low risk, high reward, I suppose. What's the worst thing that happens? He just sits on our bench for a few months and goes back to Arsenal. So, fuck it, why not? Bring in Smith Rowe. Go for it. Personally miss a good old derby day. I like this comment from Ryan. So do I. And this one will split opinion in the chat. It really will. It always does. Because we're talking about this on the train the other week. I actually come back from West Ham and people were saying, bollocks to Sunderland. Didn't like them. Didn't want to hear from them ever again. They're going to rot in the lower leagues for me. I wouldn't mind them getting relegated over and over again. I said that at first. When they first got relegated, I thought it was hilarious. I laughed at them. You laughed at us when we went down. Well, who is laughing now? And it was funny. And it was even funnier when they got relegated again to League One. But now it's just a bit boring for me. I would love to play them. I would like to see them come back up. And I would love a derby day. It would be the first game you'd look for when the fixtures got released. And I'd be buzzing for it. And what a day it would be mental. I mean, look at PSG the other week. Best game I've ever been to. And what was that like? chaos before the game with the PSG fans lobbing bottles and everything. I mean, I'm seeing it's good crack. It wouldn't be if one hit you. But, the atmosphere, everything, the build-up, it was just madness, man. It was ferocious. I mean, that's what you want. You want that emotion in a game of football. You want that buzz. So that was unreal. Imagine that. Sunderland come back. I remember the Sunderland derby days from, the horse punching days and all that. They were mental. They were horrible at the same time, man, because I used to struggle to sleep the night before. You'd be on the toilet all day, bag of nerves. But now, we'd smash them. Halloween is coming up next week. Remember that? Halloween, Shoulder Amiobi, Kevin Nolan, 5-1. You remember that? Do you know what I mean? 5-1. Imagine now, we'll put 8 past Sheffield United. They're playing red and white. Easy. 8 past Sunderland in red and white as well. I would love to play them again. Bring it back. Bring on the emotion. Bring on the derby days. A fixture that really matters. Do you know what I mean? Let us know what you think. Saudi deal alone gets you nearly to Tonali's. Could see some huge signings soon. We definitely could, and that's the point. And I mean, do remember that obviously Adidas comes back next season. Buzzing for that one. The old 3 stripes is returning on the sleeve. Can't wait for it. Much better than Gusto. So that's obviously another big bumper deal. We've got Seller now, we've got Noon. We're going to have loads of other ones just popping up left, right, and centre. So, these sponsors will help us hopefully spend more next summer again, which will be needed if we want to keep up the pace. Cheers, John. Thank you. Anyone else who's enjoying it, please give it a thumbs up. I did indeed, Josh. Yeah. Well, there should be. I mean, it wouldn't make sense in the sense that they've got Saudi on the air. It doesn't mean that you have to just fly to Saudi, does it? But to Saudi, obviously it's Saudi Airlines, but it doesn't mean you have to fly to Saudi Arabia just because that's what it says on the plane. They can't fly elsewhere. So it would be nice. Imagine them just putting it on. I mean, me personally, we're on the chartered flights just with Toon fans to Dortmund in a couple of weeks. So make sure you stay tuned to them videos. They're going to be mental. Just Newcastle fans on the plane going to Germany. Scenes. But that was all right. Getting that flight to Germany, but the other ones haven't been. Paris, expensive was out to fly from Newcastle, not doing that. And then Milan, you would have seen the videos probably. That was a nightmare. Flying from London and coming back from Milan to Paris, delayed, London cancelled. So yeah, if Saudi could put on flights for the Newcastle fans to the Champions League games, that would be amazing. And why not? Makes sense. You know what I mean? Be good advertising for them. Be good marketing and everything. And we could all enjoy the luxury of their airlines. I'm sure they are very nice indeed. Should have gone all out for Madison, says John Mack. Well, looks like we are now, doesn't it? When it was Tonali or Madison and Tonali's gone missing for a year, banned, and then Madison's on the absolute form of his life, like on fire for Spurs and England. He's in the England team as well now. So at the end of the day, though, our system, we don't really play with a Madison, but should we have changed the system to fit him in? I mean, 40 million, what they paid for him now. Steal. Absolute steal. Last few comments, Peter. We've been going for nearly a full first half of football, nearly 45 minutes in. So we'll do another few minutes and then we'll round it off. This would be a dream come true, to be honest. Getting Sunderland in the cup. I've been waiting for this every time, even in the Carabao Cup draw the other week when we got City. I was saying, give away Middlesbrough at least. Can't get Sunderland, give away Middlesbrough. And in the FA Cup, imagine getting Sunderland at home. It would be unreal. It would be like Football Factory now. It would be carnage. Like, I guarantee the local police are willing it to not happen ever again, because they would have a nightmare day, to be honest, against trying to control the Geordies and the Macklins after, what has it been now, 8 years or something since the derby. So, it would be madness in the town centre and everything else. A couple more questions, then we'll round off. Cheers for that one, Richard from Bradford. What's your favourite home and away shirt? Favourite home one is the 99 to 2001. Sir Bobby Robson, got blue on the collar, blue on the sleeves, brown heel in the middle. Got that one in there in the other room. Favourite away one. it's too easy and too obvious to say that one with Ginola in it, the blue and red one, stripes across the middle. I haven't got that one. Do you know what one I loved? And I think it was the third one, not the home one, and not the away one. I've been looking for it. Is the blue and black one from the UEFA Cup days where Luque scored against Palermo. Have a look at that one. Luque against Palermo. It was blue, black down here. It might have even been this year, 2006, the third one for this one. I love that kit, me, like. And I'm a big fan of this season as well. I like the green one. But no, I need that other one. I've been looking for it. I can't get it in my size, that third one. Well said, Andy. I think I'll leave it on this one. I like it. Remember how far we've came so soon. Because for me, it's true. Do you know what I mean? We can all get carried away and we'll all forget just how minging it was a couple of years ago. Just over 2 years since the takeover. And a couple of years ago, it was dreadful. It was grim. There was no hope. We had nought going for it. And now, you know, we've got everything going for it. We've got the owners, the ambition. We've got Eddie Howe. We've got the players. And we've got Adidas back. It's like a fairy tale, really, isn't it? Being back in the Champions League, getting Adidas back, everything's going well. Do you know what I mean? Everything's going well. So let's remember how far we've came and enjoy the journey, enjoy the ride. Yeah, I like that one as well, mate. Lovely stuff from then. Right then, people, you've got 2 minutes, 45 seconds till I'm saying out. 50 minutes on the dot will go. It's now 47 minutes, 20 seconds. So last couple of questions. John's in there with the all-important one. Bitter or lager? Lager all day long. Even though now I'm really enjoying a Guinness. I'm getting very game for a Guinness these days. Well up for it. So Guinness is my drink at the minute, like. But lager all day long normally, even though it gives us a lift and headache the next day. Any tips on how to not do that? Not just drink water. That's obvious. Right, couple of minutes to go. Remember, this stream has been sponsored by Circle. You can hit the QR code in the top corner. Have a go at that. Couple of pound, enter. Big prizes on offer. Easy to play. Spin the circle. If you land on it, you get lucky. You win. And that's it, really. Football sweepstake app. All a bit of fun. So enjoy that. Have a look in the description. 18 plus to play and gamble responsibly. Cracking stream, Matty lads. See you on the next one. Nice one, Ryan. Yep. See you on the next one, indeed. Next Thursday, live at 7. Every single Thursday we do this live show. It's great to have chat with you lot, to get involved with you, to see what you're saying, see how you're feeling. And I like to do that with you lot, have a bit crack. Yeah, could do, Oliver. May do that at one point. Probably take ages, but why not? We'll do that. Next international break, we'll do that, Oliver. Next time it's international break, Oliver, drop us a comment and we'll and to remind us to do that and do some memorabilia. I'll do that next international break when there's not much content to be had. What do you think to Lewis Hall? Should we have bought a ready left back? Nah, I don't think we should, because Bain's doing a good enough job. And when Hall comes in, hopefully we quality with all his potential. So I'm all right with that. Who invented the Einen board? Says Michael Green. I do believe it was Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra was the inventor of the Einen board. No fucking idea. How am I to know that? I get the sarcasm as well, Michael. Anyone does know who it is, I'm sure you can have a Google. Shout them out. Good invention, really, isn't it? Quite important. Outside Shearers after the Dortmund game. I will be. We will be doing fan cams outside Shearers after the Dortmund game. We'll bring the fan cams back for the big games. That's what we'll do. Palace at home on Saturday? Probably not. But we might have a bit crack with fans. That'll be in the match day vlog. Remember, those are the two main videos from a match day, the vlog and the reaction at full time. But fan cams, we do them for the big games. So we did them after PSG. Thankfully, we've got the audio sorted now. So we'll definitely be doing them after the Dortmund game. And we're doing them for, any big cup games or even the Arsenal game. At home, when we play Man U at home, those are big fixtures. We'll get them in as well. Kushti Sarni's, that's the one. Any news on a new training ground? That's for another video, John. We'll do that another Toon Korea mode. First FIFA I haven't bought. Well, now it's AFC for as long as I can remember, because I bought last year's FIFA, played on it twice. I might buy the new one though. If I've got some downtime, I might buy the new one. We've got a bit of a wind-up merchant in the chat here, people. Arthur, Newcastle 0, Dortmund 2. Leeds United, best team in England. Well, you're not even the best team in the Championship. Never mind England. So, Get out of it. You know what I mean? You're in the Championship. Yeah? You can't call yourself the best team in England when you're not even in the best league. You're not even in the Premier League. You're in the Championship. Hope you have a great night, Arthur, and enjoy that game. On the weekend, the Championship, whoever you've got. You know what I mean? Not sure. Don't look that far down. Just look at the Premier. You're not on Match of the Day, so I wouldn't know who you've got. Cheers as always, John, for joining in. Class as always. Sarah Boone invented the ironing board, apparently. Well, there you go. Well done to Sarah. Well done to Sarah. Good invention. Would you take Ekitike now? Nah, screw him. Doesn't deserve it. Didn't come when we wanted him. And he doesn't deserve to come now. He didn't take the risk like Bruno that did Trippier in the January when we could have got relegated. So why would we let him enjoy the good stuff now? Doesn't deserve it. 1832, he invented the iron, 1832. Pioneer. There we go. Right then, cheers everyone for watching this one. Appreciate you as always. Remember, stay tuned to the Magpie Channel TV. We will have your match preview for Crystal Palace from St. James's Park tomorrow. That one will come out in the afternoon, probably 5-6 o'clock. I'll release that tomorrow. We'll have the reaction Eddie Howe's press conference in that one. I'm sure there'll be a lot of questions coming his way on Sandro Tonali and what's going on there. We will have an update. If there is, there'll be a video straight away for you, letting you know the news of Tonali's ban. If it comes in, how long it's for, what actually happened. As soon as that breaks, it'll be breaking on here as well. We'll bring you a video straight away. So stay tuned for that. And all the match day content, as I've said, the vlog, the match reaction. And remember, Pumphrey's Bar on the big market. If you are at the game on Saturday or you are coming to Newcastle, I'll be at Pumphrey's Bar on the big market doing a pre-match chat, the usual pre-match chat before kick-off. That'll probably be around 1:30, 2 o'clock. I'll be on stage there having a bit of crack with everyone in the crowd and talking about the upcoming Palace game then as well, and any team news we've got. So, there we go. And do subscribe if you haven't already, please. And drop a like on this one as we're closing on 30,000 subscribers. Cheers for all the comments there. Glad you've enjoyed the show. I've enjoyed having yous. There we go. I can have a breather now. Have a nice little drink of, I'm taking it easy. Taking it easy because Saturday we're going to enjoy ourselves. I hope you enjoy yourselves. Hope the rest of the week goes quick for you and you get to see Saturday come round sharpish. And we'll hopefully be celebrating another 3 points on Saturday as we look to climb up the league. But remember, a video before then, there will be a video out tomorrow, Friday, for your match preview. Thanks again, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll see you on the next one. Enjoy yourself.